organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs, serving you from two locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Yeah, Gittins Home and Garden Center. They're the suppliers of all agricultural implements. This especially to this side of the island. St. Andrew, St. Patrick, St. Mark, St. David. Some people in St. George's do find great implements at Gittins Home and Garden Center. Good morning, Drumsticks. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation.
Talk to me, love.
I'm reading from the Word of God, Psalm 149. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in his congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in the King. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon the bed. Let the high praises of God be. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you very much. How are you doing this morning, love?
I'm good.
Okay, the girls?
Everybody's all right, but everybody gone out already.
Yeah, I find they leaving your home these days early and go.
Well, you have to do what you have to do, you know.
They gotta do what they gotta do. I so do believe that, my dear. So take care.
Yeah, you have a nice day.
You too, my love.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one.
Agriculture, the mainstay of art. It should be, shouldn't it? Yeah. You know, two things we say. We say this. We are an agricultural nation. We say that. And then we say another thing. We are a Christian nation. Yeah, we say that. We really need to inspect to figure out whether those two statements have any truth in it. Are we really and truly an agricultural nation? Doesn't look so to me. Are we a Christian nation? Get a grip. Christian nation, me foot. Don't kid yourselves into thinking that at all.
It's the number one.
DC Ranks, haven't heard from you. Have hearing your voice, bro, but I haven't heard from you for a long time. Where are you working now, DC? I know you're so multi-talented and you do different things. But you must give your brother a shout, man. Come on, that's not very nice. No, my number has not changed, DC. As a matter of fact, let me go and get the weather, and then I'll deal with you.
Politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You couldn't even with a clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers.
It's Grenada, it's Karaku, it's Petey Martinique too. We are a blessed nation. One nation under God, I do believe. But that depends on who your God is. nonetheless, I know that the Met Office is down there at the Morris Bishop International Airport. So representing them this morning is Brother Jerry Tamer. Good morning, Tamer.
Well, good morning to you, Andrew. How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay, you know.
Okay, that's good to
How are
hear.
you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
How's everybody at home?
Fine also.
Are you doing the morning shift or you did the last night shift into
No,
this
this is morning shift.
The morning shift. Okay, great. All right.
Okay. Well, let's see what we have weather-wise. Oh, well, a pleasant good morning to all your listeners. Hope everyone having a great day thus far. Well, down here at Point Salines and most parts of Grenada, conditions are fair, though we have some clouds around, so some parts may be experiencing some partly cloudy conditions. But our winds are from the east-northeast at the moment at 9 miles an hour. Barometric pressure is 17.5 millibars. No, that is above normal and rising. Current temperature 24 degrees Celsius. That's the same as 75.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Relative humidity 80%. Now, during the last 24 hours, maximum temperature recorded was 30.2 degrees Celsius. That's 84.4 Fahrenheit. The minimum 23.2 Celsius or 73.8 Fahrenheit. Down here at Point Salines, we recorded 0.6 millimeters of rainfall yesterday, bringing our total for the month thus far to 15.5 millimeters. Let's turn our attention now to the public forecast. And this is valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and the PT Martinique. We can expect conditions to be partly cloudy with a few light showers. Winds northeasterly to east, northeasterly at 12 to 22 miles an hour. Seas moderate. Waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides are currently falling, so we'll have low tide at 11 minutes past 11 this morning. High tide would be this afternoon at 5:21. Today we can expect a maximum temperature of about 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunset today is 6:16. Sunrise tomorrow 6:27. So just to repeat the public forecast, remember it's valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and the PT Martinique. Conditions are expected to be partly cloudy with a few light showers. So, Andre, that's all from me. It's back to you.
Thank you so very much, Brother Tamer. How things coming along in relation to Carl, in relation to steel pan? What, any news for us?
Well, I don't know what is happening on the association front, but I can tell you, I think Panorama for sure will be a lot better this year. And before we go to Panorama, we will be having Pan Xpressions. That's on this April 16th.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our second competition.
Where will that be?
The venue is normally the Tantine Court, so I don't think they will change it.
Okay, that's Pan Xpressions.
Sunday,
April 16th. No, why you say Panorama will be a lot better this year? Explain that statement.
Well, you see, last year, Angie, it was the first event after the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the bands were inactive for most of that period, except for the few bands that may have had a particular contract and so. So, you know, people get out of groove, people stay away, there's nothing to do. So, you know, it's kind of hard to build back that momentum. But once it started back last year, you know, and things started happening again, you'll find more and more people coming back into the fore, you know?
Okay.
So we can expect the numbers to increase and all of that. I mean, and I know the steel band movement here, just, you know, they follow the movement in Trinidad closely, you know, and Trinidad has the Panorama again this year, first time in 2 years again. So everything is coming back nicely. So that's why I made that forecast.
Okay, that's good to hear. I saw something, and I was looking on social media, and I saw someone put up the list as it relates to the positions. But what was interesting is that I saw, is it that we followed Trinidad or they have followed us in terms of they do now a song that people would know? Because I know we do that right now.
I don't think it's a matter of we fallen or they fallen. The thing is, both in Trinidad and Grenada, when you have a song specifically composed for a steel band for Panorama, it doesn't tend to get a lot of airplay. Okay, unless it's just like one of the lucky draws that the song becomes extremely popular. But generally, it doesn't get a lot of airplay. So people want, you want the crowd involved, to help influence the judges and so forth, So people started to go back to playing some of the popular tunes, The difficulty with that is that sometimes you have to search really hard to get songs with a particular structure, Pan-men like songs with a particular kind of structure. And the music these days are not very
pan-friendly.
Instrumental friendly, So if you notice some tunes, a lot of bands go back and play some of the older tunes, that had a different structure to what is popular these days,
Okay. Let Top Cat has just sent in a message, and he says, "I'm writing a pan song this year, so that's good."
Well, okay, that's good to hear.
Well, yeah, I think it's good to hear. So because he's the one who's saying that's good, not me. He's the one who said, "I'm writing a pan song this year, so that's good." So I guess that's good to hear. So he probably might want to drop the melody by y'all and hope that y'all play it.
Okay, but if he has to do that, that will be very soon, huh?
Well, of course, that have to be like tomorrow morning.
Yeah, to be like tomorrow morning.
Or yesterday. Oh boy. Anyway, my brother, take care. Have a nice day. Thanks for the info, though.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
no
then.
problem. Have a good one.
You too, great. Jerry Tamer, a member of the Harps band, boy, that is Angel Harps. If you all never heard about Angel Harps, then you've never heard anything about Panorama. We take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. I got a guess. Yeah, I got a guess. Stay with us.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Book your spot now to see the Spice Boys in action against the Barbados national team in February. On Wednesday, February 22nd, the action is at the Fun Recreation Ground in St. Patrick from 7 p.m. We then head to the National Stadium from 7 p.m. on Friday, February 24th. And finally, we go to Guelph at the Cuthbert Peters Park on Sunday, February 26th from 4 p.m. Come out in your numbers and support our boys as they prepare for the USA. Admission at the door, $15 for adults and $5 for children. Expect fun, excitement, and competitive football. February 22nd, 24th, and 26th. Grenada versus Barbados. Don't you miss it.
This Easter will be one you will never forget. Mark the day, Easter Monday. Mark the place, Lansapines, Ralph's Place, 1 Cheney Lane. This Easter will be one to remember. An event of epic proportion. Easter Monday, Lansapines. Stay tuned. This Easter will be one you will never forget. Mark the day, Easter Monday. Mark the place, Lansapines, Ralph's Place, 1 Cheney Lane. This Easter will be one to remember. An event of epic proportion. Easter Monday, Lansapines. Stay tuned for ticket details.
If you're having problems with termites, bats, rats, ants, roaches, and any other crawly creatures, call Reliable Services. We're the pest control specialists. We're located at Granber's in St. Andrews. We also provide power washing services, yard maintenance, and clearing of lands. Find us at 403-2652, anytime, any day. Reliable Services, we are here for you.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, that's the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jack this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WOILD. Our time has now moved on to 25 minutes, and that is before the, how you call it? The 8 o'clock hour? Yeah, it's 25 before 8. Now, I did promise you that soon time we'll bring back the agricultural program so that it will take its position or take its prominent position. But even as I do that, I must say to you that while, yes, it is about bringing back the program, and while, yes, we understand that what the program means to a lot, you, meaning you, the listener, you also have to understand that in order for us to have the program going, there are things that we have to do. And in order for us to get these things done, like the internet and the computers and whatever, we must find sponsorship. And we've been saying that all along. Gittins Home and Garden Center, they're the only ones who have really come forward and as they say, put money where their mouth is. You need to get the business that you work with and let them know, hey, if you advertise with this program, you're guaranteed to reach every single person that you want to reach. Just thought I'd let you know that. Anyway, let me say good morning to my brethren. Yeah. Which mic? Oh, I think this one. Morning, BJ.
Morning, Andre.
What's up, brethren?
Fine.
Have not seen you in a minute.
I am around.
I realize that. I'm around too.
Yeah.
How's River Sally?
River Sally.
Yeah, or Bathway, should I say?
River Sally.
River Sally. How's River Sally?
It's nice and easy as always.
How the plants doing?
Good. Getting fairly decent weather these days. Little shower here and there.
Which is good.
Very good.
Your niece Yvonne Roberts says good morning.
Good morning, Auntie Yvonne.
Already she's saying good morning to BJ. Yeah. So we haven't had the program from the get-go from the beginning of the year, but we're here with it now. I missed you. I miss having you in studio. I miss my good friend JD also. But I think that we're back together again.
Yep.
And back together in a moment when it is not necessarily good news for the agricultural community, if I may say it that way. Maybe you might see it different, but I don't see it as good news for the agricultural community. And what do I mean by that? It's simply this, my brother. Marketing board. That's about the first thing we can talk about this morning. Marketing board. And even while the Prime Minister did indicate early up that, hey, there are going to be some changes and, they may look at not having the marketing board again, but then there was some discussion. They went around, they went to St. Andrew. I think they went to St. Patrick, BJ? Did they do one in St. Patrick consultation?
I think Granville.
Granville and Guelph and Carriacou.
Somewhere else. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's where they did consultation. And I guess they came up with the fact that that's it. They are going to revamp. But they decided their mode of revamping had to do with the closure of the entity. What say you in relation to that, bro?
First, as a preamble to the question you're asking, Andre, I am of the notion that we seems to be in a hurry to do things that we are not thinking out properly. I think a lot of more thought need to go in whatever we are doing. And I don't find it's happening. In relation to marketing board, I didn't go to the consultation, but I listened it on the TV, online. And Andre, the first consultation that they had in Granville, I was turned off. Very, very turned off by the authority getting farmers together at very short notice. It was very short notice.
Yeah.
And you heard people in authority saying, you know something? By the end of this month, we have to make a decision on that. That was said during the consultation.
That's the one in Granville.
That's the one in Granville. It's basically 2 or 3 weeks. And an entity such as marketing board, I really don't see how you can, call farmers up and, all of a sudden you say, you know something? We are doing something with that by, in the next 2 or 3 weeks' time.
Does that give you the impression, BJ, that minds are already made up or decisions were already made before they had them?
Well, Andre, I'm for you to be saying that your mind have to be made up. This is not common sense to you. That somebody tell you, you know something? We're doing something with this in the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks. That isn't a decisive statement to you. Your mind already made up. Secondly, Andre, I listened all the consultation. And I did not hear any farmer or anybody recommend model such as what being proposed now.
But they propose other models.
A lot. You should probably listen to it. It's online still.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Andre, I have no doubt in my mind, and I'm sure I can speak on behalf of every Grenadian, including and I'm not getting political here now, because the decisions are political ones, so I have to step in a little bit. Including the opposition leader. Every single person in this country know that marketing board need to be fixed. So me and the authority are on the same trend. We are singing the same tune with regard to that. However, the manner in which, they set out to fix this thing, I'm not sure that they are, administration is well thought out. And I said that for a lot of reasons. Historically, I don't care what you may think. I'm a living testimony to that. Marketing board has service farmers well. Historically, yes, they had problems and run into trouble like a lot of other institutions. That is of a statutory nature. However, somebody need to tell me that how comes the government does take 4 and 5 millions and put in, Nutmeg Association and 2 and 3 million and put in the Cocoa Association. And I don't hear that kind of nice. And how comes marketing board just, would have, find itself in a little, trouble, and the solution is to take it and give. Why did they do the same with cocoa and nutmeg? They have problems too.
But
they have problems too.
Yeah, but they might say that, hey, the Cocoa and Nutmeg Association don't necessarily belong to government, but they belong.
Who it belongs to, Andre? Is a statutory, but it belongs to the people.
The farmers?
Which farmers?
Well, that is what I grew up knowing.
Andre, you must read the ordinance. Government has stakehold in the whole lot of them.
Yeah, government does, but is government
there, and
a majority?
And there are legislation in place for government to intervene if things aren't going right.
Okay, now that shifts the argument.
So I am saying, Andre, that marketing board could be fixed. And if you give marketing board the mandate to market in the manner in which they are doing, you have to understand that you may have to subsidize it because they cannot purchase everything, and they will have a lot among the spoilage. And yes, I know you give them the monopoly to bring in what? Bulk rice and sugar and whatnot.
Bulk rice, sugar, and bulk powdered milk.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
that's to augment and more or less, assist you with your operation. And that sometime in itself may even have the issues because of the quantity of stuff that you're buying, Andre. The reason why I'm speaking about marketing board in that manner this morning, Andre, yes, marketing board probably could have done better, but we are given a problem. This government more or less inherited that problem, and kudos to them that they decide to solve it. However, the manner in which they set out to solve that problem, I'm not sure if it's the correct one. Andre, there is a sentimental nature, sentimental feel about marketing board. How it serves its people. Andre, I've seen that marketing board would have sent me back with 400, 500, 600 pounds of watermelon. They may ask for 2,000 pounds and I'm bringing 2,500. And they said, BJ, you have to go back home with the 600 pounds because you have to take 50 pounds from this person on the side there. And we cannot take all this stuff, and this small person on the side, they have to sell the 10 pounds of paper.
And that has happened with you.
And I've seen it happen, Andre, and I have to take it and go on. That's okay. Because how marketing board operate, Andre, the people, the farmers that they serve, sometimes, Andre, that's the only thing they have to go by. And there is a service need here to marketing board also. It's not just about the profit aspect of things. There are a lot of businesses that operate in Grenada and operate as what? To provide a service. And they are given millions to operate, and some of them, bag of foolishness they get on with. They're doing. Some of this NGO and whatnot, more political than anything else. Andre, you have an institution like marketing board. What they say? What 15 million they have in the red, or they have little issues with that? That is anything? An institution like marketing board.
Okay.
Andre, is the mindset, how we thinking. We are thinking too small. And we shift responsibility too quick. We don't want to fix all. What we tend to do, all right, is to pass the problem on to somebody else and hope that they will fix it. In a lot of cases, when they fix it, they get all the benefit. And in the first case, that was what is set out to achieve. Marketing board was set out, Andre, to find market, all right, for people who produce fruits, vegetables, and other produce. No, you have to understand something. It was an importing board first, and then it turned into a marketing board. Andrew, you have to understand, all right, that when you're doing those things on a national level, you're going to have issues, financial problems. Let me give you an example. When Mr. Raul Edwards came in, we had him on this program here.
I think we had him.
Yeah, we had him here once. And Andre, he said, something? The days when farmers would have issues with regard to how they dispose the fruits and vegetables, that done as big, ceremony and whatever, launching or this, it's a product of marketing board and spice basket.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we will take all farmers' stuff. And that came from one project written up by Mr. He died now. He was Prime Minister, Mr. George Brizan. Mm-hmm. He Andre said that the way for marketing board to survive and make money is that they have to buy all the produce that farmers grow. Mm-hmm. Andre Raul said, let's go ahead with that. And somebody gave him some money.
He did that.
Well, he did that, tried. Andre. He tried to do that. And within the first year or year and a half, he said this and making no sense. Mm-hmm. Andre, I think that year, they would have been paying on an average just $1 for a pound of whatever you produce. That's what he was working out to. I think I would have, how much? Maybe about 4,800 and something, 400 and something thousand pounds of stuff that in that 12 months. So if I would have gotten like 400 and something $1,000, Andre, in 12 months for producing stuff for marketing board,
then they boss.
Then they would have issues.
They would have issues.
That's me alone.
Yeah, that's only you. And you're not the biggest
and
farmer.
And they still would tell me, something, BJ, we can't take some of your stuff. So that model seems to be able to work. The way we structured the agriculture, we put in too much strain on marketing board. We just producing raw stuff and expect marketing board to take it. That's the wrong approach.
Here's a big question, BJ. Here's a big question. During the revolution, because the revolution is they're the ones who started marketing board. During the revolution, did we, or was the country producing the amount of fruits and vegetables that we're producing now? Are we producing? Are you doing less now or more now?
Certain crops we are doing a lot more now.
Good. So if we're doing more now, BJ, then as you just said, marketing board can't handle that because it wasn't made to handle that.
Exactly.
For instance, I have to use you. You were more into stand up there and feel the way wherever you weren't into a culture like that now, were you?
No.
But in any event, there's so many people who were not involved directly in agriculture, like doing fruits and veggies, and there's so many people. But today, these people are fully into that. So there's so much more. Because, BJ, it is easier today to get a watermelon than it was during the revolution. During the revolution, you more than likely depend on some island come down with watermelon. Now, BJ has, Carl Keaton has, Clifford has, this person have also watermelons all over the place. So, as you quite rightly said, marketing board was not designed to handle that. And with more farmers coming on board, it made it even more difficult for them. So maybe the best thing that the government should have done is continue to do what the previous government was doing, which is not continuing to bail them out. I'm not saying that, but continue to look at the whole structure and see what is the best thing going forward for marketing board in this time. Maybe they should have made a phone call to Bernard Court in Jamaica and say, hey guy, what can we do here? You wrote this up.
Andre, the way we thought about doing our business, we need to think about it a bit more. The world is a dynamic place. It's ever changing. Farmers are going to be producing a lot more stuff. I am sure that marketing board is what? 70 something to what? 2000 and something? Nearly 50 years old. And you know something, Andre?
Oh, you mean marketing board is 50 years old?
In 1973, marketing board started importing board.
They were just importing
then.
Yeah.
Andre, the ordinance probably is the same. From 1980 something to now, we probably don't even change a clause in it. The manner, the mood of which we function, Andre, probably is the same. Let me give you an example. Construction is, and I'm just thinking while I'm talking to you here, construction is on the rise for quite a few years now, the last decade in Grenada, last 10 years or so. You give marketing board the monopoly to bring in sugar, bulk rice and milk. Why didn't you say something? That institution have to survive. Let's give them the monopoly to bring in cement, so they can buffer the costs that they pay in farmers, because by trading in the manner in which they are doing, they are unable to do it. Angela, let me give you an example. 30 years ago, I signed a contract with Marketing Board to produce watermelon for them. $1 per pound, 5,000 pounds per week. So every week I make $5,000 from watermelon. And we were cool, for a lot of years. Other farmers, I write up like a manual for them as to how to grow watermelon and give them, because I realized that they have issues. Most of them start to produce large quantity of watermelon. Marketing board say, something, BJ, next year we're going to review your contract. That is after maybe 5 or 10 years, You know what they reviewed to, Andre? BJ, you're going to produce watermelon for us still, but you will provide us with 2,000 pounds. And the price we would give you is 90 cents. So, Andre, the quantity drop and the price drop. So I get out of watermelon because it's difficult to make money when because everything else would have gone to buy, large quantities. Maybe fuel would have gone to buy, 50%. Fertilizer would have gone up by 75%. Everything would have increased. Your whole cost of production would have increased. I thought they was going to tell me, give them 10,000 pounds of watermelon at 90 cents. No, they reduce the quantity and they reduce the price. Andre, when a business start operating like that, that's an indication that they're having issues. And I raised the red flag right on this radio station here several times. Somebody need to look into marketing board. But nobody listening, and we let me problem grow into mountain. And when we look like a mountain or a big hill to us, we turn around and say, we can't climb it, let us do it. And we vacate responsibility. And that's not the way you deal with life, you know. You have to solve problem before they grow into mountains. And that is the problem, you know. Like a marketing board have serious issues now. The issues just start and you turn wrong. The people in marketing board that whatever and this and that. Who hired the people in marketing board? Marketing board is a statutory body. You're not supposed to be looking at the accounts annually and to ensure that it's going as according to plan. Where are your board members? Who they report into? And the people on the top, that is the problem, non-marketing board. The institution, Andre.
Hold on. It's interesting that you say that because I'm sure that I just saw a statement by someone. I'm going to put it up on the screen now again. And it says, but Andre, the problem, MNIB, is the situation in management and the auditors. That's what somebody said.
Yeah.
And you're saying the same thing.
Andre,
you did not see that comment.
I know. But Andre, that's what you do accounts for, you know. At the end of the year, that's why you audit your books, you know, to ensure that you're functioning. Is some things, a tool that you use to measure the performance of your business, you know. Not just to pay government tax, you know. If you're paying tax. You want to see how your business operating. Mathematics and stuff you learn in school, Andre, is not to pass the exams, you know. But to implement in your daily life, you know. So you can go about life in a more, you know...
Relaxed manner.
Exactly.
So, marketing board could have been fixed.
I'm sure it could be fixed.
But presently, government just says, hey, that's it. As a matter of fact, they only have a couple more days. Today's the 23rd. So it's only about a matter of what, another 5 days or so? 5 or 6 days, and that's it. February being the shortest month of the year, and that's it. And a number of families, a number of breadwinners in families, BJ, they are going to be up a gum tree come the end of the month. And I'm thinking here, did government take into consideration that these people have mortgages and all sorts of are they willing to hold on to these people's hands and go to the banks and say, hey, you need to work with these people here?
I know that's not happening. All right? The manner in which we seems to be operating in recent time is that we are affecting people psychologically without recognizing it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes psychological blow worse than physical ones. You understand? Physical one hurt you and you forget it after a time when the pain go away. Psychological tend to stay with you. All right? Mm-hmm. Andre, let me tell you something, man. You don't just have an institutional marketing board, people working there for 20 odd years or how many years, long term. And then you turn on, you have a meeting with them a month or two, and you say, you know something, we're doing X, Y, and Z. You will be out of a job. And this thing's supposed to be a process. So you don't affect your citizen in the manner in which you are doing it. You're creating too much a shock. You're on the battlefield or what? And it's not like that. What happened, people could have, or the government could have, hold it together for all these years, and you come in and you're behaving as though it's a cancer. And you have to get rid of it quick. You don't want it around you because it smells bad. Well, your performance will depend on how much of those you could fix, not how much of those you dispose of, Andre, how are you saying you're going to fix marketing board without outlining a definite plan for me? How are you saying the other company that will take over? What is the name of the other company? Who is composed of? What are they going to be trading in? You don't have that information, well then don't come and talk to me as a citizen.
And the other question too is, are you still going to give that other company the responsibility to handle sugar, rice, and milk?
We don't even know about that. And
because if that gets into the open market, I shudder to think what's going to happen to us, PJ. I shudder to think if we allow that sugar and that milk and that rice, then the price is going to start to skyrocket.
Andre, aren't you think that the people who would have want marketing board, that are the aspect of the business that they will be basically eyeing?
Yeah.
I'm sure. So they wouldn't want to board without that. The point I'm making, Andre, I'm not saying that this government is wrong to trying to fix marketing board. It need to be fixed.
But the
manner in which they seems to go about doing it, I don't particularly like it. It smell good. Treat farmers with more respect. If you have things in your mind, then don't call people and waste their time. Tell them what you have in your mind. Don't use people as guinea pig to call them and waste the whole evening. And you know fully well that you don't really want to hear anything from them because you already made up your mind. You're just using them as, show business. Stop wasting people's time. Stop making this kind of paper show, Andre. And if you have your thing outlined, tell the people what you have in your mind, what it is you're going to do. I'm not speaking politics, Andre. Yeah. I'm just dealing with the reality of things. Tell people what it is you're going to do. Don't come on radio, you as PM or you as Minister of Agriculture, the company, and this and that. We don't know who. This is a statutory body. Andre, people shed blood for marketing board, People get killed for that thing, to establish those entities. And today, people who don't understand the historical background of those things and making decisions, you must make wrong decisions because you don't understand the history of it. What you see now, you just know. And if you don't understand the root of something, sometimes it's difficult to deal with it.
You said something there, and I'm going to put as kind of a statistics kind of thing to it. More than 95% of the members of cabinet are younger than marketing board.
I just made my statement thinking about that before I opened my mouth.
More than 90. The only persons who are older than marketing board there may be Toes. Yeah, Toes. And I say Toes mean no disrespect at all. It's just that let me get his correct name because Andrews, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Lennox
Andrews. Maybe Telesford. I'm not too sure of his age. Maybe Telesford. And what's his name? Minister Cornwall.
Yeah.
And maybe Mr. Joseph Andel. And that would be the 4 cabinet members who, maybe Adrian Thomas, maybe him too, but after that, but maybe Miss Gloria Thomas too.
Andre, even though some of them was wrong, they were probably in Pampers and stuff.
They ain't bothering.
Look at children, they don't know how to go there.
So, and then it goes back to a statement, was it Bob Marley you made? But one of the singers, or some philosopher made the statement, BJ, he who does not understand his history is doomed going forward.
Yes. It's like a tree without root.
Wow. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, BJ, I want us to move away from where we were, but I still want us to focus a bit, and I'm going to ask you the question I'm asking again, let you think about it now. What advice are you giving to yourself and other farmers as you realize the gravity of the situation now? Stay with us.
Agriculture is the number.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items. Diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agriculture from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Granville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Starting on Monday, March 6th at 5:45 a.m. on Real FM 91.9, 91.5 and 107.9, and continuing every Monday is the morning devotion, Christus Victor, presented by Brother Leon Conwell of Cornerstone Ministry of Grace and Truth, telling you that Jesus is the conqueror. Therefore, you too by his amazing grace can conquer and triumph over all that is defeating you. So tune in, be encouraged, and be strengthened. Christus Victor with Brother Leon Conwell. We are more than conquerors through him who loved us.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tax every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
The Gynecological Prevention Cancer Clinic, located on Main Street, St. Patrick, wishes to inform the general public that the eye doctor will be at our office on Saturday, 25th February 2023 from 12 noon. Anyone wishing to have their eyes checked can visit the clinic. A fee of $150 will be applied. You can call for an appointment at 423-3352. That number again, 423-3352.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Center. Yes, it's The Center, located on Main Street, St. Patrick, for all your wholesale drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. We are open daily from Sunday to Sunday up to 10 p.m. and closed only on public holiday. Now on sale are grocery items, frozen meat such as chicken parts, turkey and ham. Yes, it's the center of it all.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items. Diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Granville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and from your farm to your backyard. Gitters Home and Garden Center.
Yes.
Agriculture. 11 minutes after the 8 o'clock on a good-looking Thursday morning. Not very hot as yet on the outside. I had the opportunity to just quickly check. The hustle and the bustle has started, and there's little activity in Sateers. We're not the base of towns, but we are the most picturesque of them all. You better believe that. We may not see people running here and running there. No. We're very calm and collected people. We think, and then we've got beauty. So as we gaze upon our beauty, do expect us to move fast? Do you, BJ? No.
Most picturesque parish.
Yeah, parish. That's what we have here, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Big question. I'll give it a break, BJ. What are you doing, and what are you advising the other farmers to do at this time? Because this is a major dropout.
Andre, the reason why I'm speaking about marketing board at length this morning, I don't think there might be other institutions, but I don't think there will be any marketing entity that will substitute marketing board. That's my take. It's a big shoes to fill. And normally and historically, the business people seems to be only interested in profits.
Well, of course, BJ, come on.
No, there are a lot of business people who provide service entity too.
Well, Real FM is the only one I know.
Okay, so then since you know yourself as an example, at least you are a living example.
Yeah.
Andre, and I'm afraid that another institution may take over and they may come in and function in such a way that a large quantity of farmers would have inability to sell this stuff. And Andre, that in itself can affect our economy. You can get despondent and it may cost you a lot of money trying to sell things. It's difficult to farm and sell at the same time, except you have good network, good people. Andre, is a small place. And it's difficult to sell things here, there, everywhere. By the time you run around the country, based on how people are located, they're not centralized. By the time you go selling things here, they take you the whole day. Marketing board would buy your stuff in bulk, and they try to reach out to the customers, which is what you really want.
And the customers know that they have it, so they go to
get it. All right, it's difficult to farm and sell things at the same time. And I have the notion that the new entity may just buy stuff that they need.
The other thing, too, is that I couldn't understand for the life of me, BJ, how a place like Carriacou, Piedmont Inc., and even Union Island to an extent, I couldn't understand why on earth we having all these projects, all this produce here. Why couldn't marketing board be bigger in Carriacou? Instead of you're going to see some green apple or and glean a fig and stupidness in Carriacou. I believe marketing board could have been bigger. As a matter of fact, the government just caused the people of Carriacou and Piedmont to receive one of those trucks, refrigerated trucks. That could have been used to take stuff to, put it on Dolly C, it comes down on whatever morning, load it up, and it goes back up and delivers, and then you send it back down again. It could have been used for that.
Andre.
I just can't understand.
Andre and one of them boats in them that travels the route to Carrico. All right? And then some of them do it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
We need a refrigerated container on one of those boats.
On one of those boats.
We buy the space so the goods get up fresh every single day. Because the boats go
you
up
just pack the stuff in
on the
and
same
send it
truck,
out.
refrigerated truck, come take it off of the,
Yeah.
with the boat fresh. So you reach the customer fresh. You extend the,
The life.
the shelf life.
Shelf life of the stuff. I mean, it is as if nobody's been thinking. And I'm not bashing this government here. The previous government too. And the one before that, and the one before that, and it goes back. And BJ, someone mentioned the other day, was it on radio I was hearing this, where someone mentioned the fact that when Marketing Board and the Marketing and National Importing Board really started to take stream during the revolution, it is one of the things that they had was a boat, Albatross. Was it?
Yes, Albatross.
And that boat used to be bringing vegetables, fruits and vegetables up the island as part of the service of Marketing Board.
And bring down bulk stuff. Bulk back to the country, to our country. Transportation, Andre.
We cut off an arm of Marketing Board and we still expected it to do so. We cut off a foot and we wanted Marketing Board to walk without crutches.
Economic cannibalism, Andre. You provide the same meal for the person every single day, and you expect them to meet modern day functioning. You're gonna have issues. Things have changed, Andre, and you have to have Marketing Board evolving to meet those changes.
So correct.
All Edwards was trying to get it HACCP certified and whatever, so he could export goods internationally without having issues and all of those. All of those was good move, Andre. However, you find he has this massive space inside Marketing Board, huge warehouse, and they convert it into offices. Some offices that make no sense at all. Space that you should be used to processing stuff. You more or less take it and you build some like a cubicle and you have a purchase manager, you have a marketing manager, you have a control manager, you have a personnel manager, you have 10 different managers.
I heard that the cleaner had an office.
Had an office?
Yeah, that's
it's quite possible.
The cleaner had an office.
It's quite possible.
I'm not talking a storeroom where the cleaner would store whatever cleaning material. No, the cleaner had an office too. So everybody had an office.
You go to school, you come out to university, and you think you're bright. Mm-hmm. You see other institutions operating like that, and it's not applicable. But you're so foolish, you come back and you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars doing those things. Mm-hmm. Andre, when you be setting maybe processing unit. Let me give you an example, Andre. I used to sell planting for Marketing Board. Large quantities. They used to pay $2.50 per pound. Uh-huh. Andre, and I thought this don't make no sense. Got some plants out of Israel, short type, that could withstand harsh, dry condition. Planted this planting for about a year or so, almost to get to what? $2.50. Sold 30,000 plants for the farmers throughout the country, Andre. The next 9 months or so, when the plants come into production, Andre, price drop from $2.50 to 50 cents,
You shoot yourself in the foot.
Exactly. No, the point I'm making, Andre. And why Marketing Board couldn't see that, hang on, something, we have to start processing plantings. We have to they started sending a few down Trinidad or whatever, a few thousand pounds or whatever. That, we don't know what happened to that trade. And all of a sudden, they start saying, go want this week or bring some next week, and all those foolishness like the planting could wait until you say to bring it come. Andre, the point I'm making, marketing isn't as simple as people think. It's not just buying and, you have distribution, you have pricing, you have all different other entities that
just so the callers know, the listeners know that they can call 442-0175. That's both the landline and the WhatsApp, whichever one you choose to link us by. And that, of course, is 442-0175 for both the landline and the WhatsApp. Keith Sylvan, good morning to you. Maxine Belfon, how are you doing this morning? Top of the morning to you, Jenny Francis. Jenny's in Trinidad. Sometimes she's over in Tobago. But Jenny says, Carnival over, she's back now. So I guess the Trinidad Carnival over, she stopped she done whining, and then she's back with us. So yes, as I said, 442-0175, 442-0175. So BJ, what do farmers do now? You haven't told me.
Andre, I have the notion that problems causes evolution. People will evolve. They will go through really difficult times trying to get themselves on good footing, on good footing. But after a while, they would devise ways and means as to how to survive. This added stress that basically farmers under now is uncalled for. Let me give you an example, Andre. I used to sell bananas for marketing board, large quantities. Made lots of money because after the hurricane, all the banana got blown down. And sent for some banana plants abroad and plant them, Andre, and was getting quite, a bit of money for it. Decent price. Let me tell you what happened. Sold quite a bit of plants for farmers. Again. Try to ensure that the industry, survive. Andre, the price moves from what? $1.50 from banana to $1. This wasn't even so bad. Then it moved to 90 cents. Wow. And this wasn't even so bad. It moved to 70 cents. And this wasn't even so bad. It reached to a stage whereby they taking they're rotating as to how they take. Yeah, so you sell this week, you have to wait 2 or 3 weeks before you can sell something again. Or you don't have no boxes to put the banana in and none of those, Angie. And I thought to myself, something? All marketing board doing is ripening bananas, And one day I went to marketing board and they said, BJ, we only want 40 boxes, Another was 60 bucks and they said, well, it's only 40 you wanted, Andre actually thought, something? This is too much pressure. Actually got my own ripening room. So now I ripe my own bananas.
Are you still doing it?
Yes, I still does that, Andre. And you know what happens, Andre? The pressure, all right, from marketing board that causes me to do that, I never wanted to get into ripening bananas and all of those and stuff like that.
But
the point I'm making, the pressure created a blessing. Sometimes you can't see what is in store for you. People do have to sometimes squeeze your head for you to understand your true potential. You don't know great people in the world, Andre. Believe you me. Pressure in the world, all right, needs that causes the greatness.
You still ripe bananas?
You still ripe bananas.
Planting?
Every week still does ripe planting every week.
Tomatoes?
And sell tomatoes fresh.
Oh, you sell it fresh, you don't ripe them?
No.
So bananas and plantains,
those
those
are the
are
main
the
thing,
two things that you ripe. Okay. And how's that trade?
Very, very good.
Very good, okay.
This time of the year, bananas are a bit scarce for one reason or another. Yeah, bananas are very scarce.
So you might have to start purchasing from people now?
Always would like to purchase from people. However, quality, Andre.
That's the watchword.
Yeah. I don't want to purchase things from people and the quality isn't good. So I tend to stick to my, my production rather than buying on the outside. If somebody producing good quality bananas and want to sell it, I don't have a problem buying it off of them.
Have you ever thought about, and I'm speaking you now, BJ, have you ever thought about taking your ripe bananas to, say, Carriacou?
Not really. To get outside, Andrew would require logistics. And I'm not sure if I have people from Carriacou come and buy ripe bananas from me, get back to Carriacou with it already. But getting involved in the trade on a daily basis,
okay.
No.
But your bananas go to Carriacou.
It goes to Carriacou, yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to find out. If your bananas
I have people that come down sometimes, and you have guys from Carriacou that comes down and apply the trade, Andre. They buy stuff and go
So
back.
yeah, they make the money.
Sometimes they buy 10 boxes, 5 boxes, 6 boxes, go back to Carriacou.
Go back to Carriacou, and they have good bananas on sale. All right, well that's good to know. So outside of the farmers not having ready cash, or the farmers not having someone, i.e. marketing board, having a $500 for them, how are they going to start to get rid of their produce, BJ? Or are we going to see a lull in the whole aspect of planting, in the whole aspect of having fruits and vegetables available? Because if I don't have an area where I can sell it, and I have to become my own husker and go wrong, I can't do two of them, BJ. I can't stay in the field and go wrong, selling.
It's a cycle, Andre.
So what am I going to do?
Let me tell you what's going to happen, Andre. Market uncertainty decreases production. That's on natural line economics. If you're uncertain about how you're going to sell the thing, what sense it makes going and produce?
We have a brother here who's on just calling us. We're going to take that call. I do believe it is a long distance call, BJ. So this is our first call this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good, man. Good morning. Following your discussions on MNIB, I think we are wasting our time. The decision to get rid of MNIB was decided even before this government get into office. So there is no need to hurt our heads. That decision was already made. Because you don't take a decision like closing down an entity within 7 months into getting into office. I mean, that doesn't sound right. Okay. So we need to put that to rest once and for all. Secondly, are we aware that the United States subsidize the farmers?
Yeah.
In all forms. Okay. I want to ask a question.
Sure.
How much money do government pay to Virgin Atlantic, American Airlines, JetBlue for the unoccupied seats for when they fly into Grenada?
Yeah.
I reflect on that, and I stop there.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you. That one sort of stopped my breathing there a bit, BJ.
And you shouldn't stop your breathing.
Yeah.
The caller is just saying, something, there are other places that we are spending money that we can look at. And subsidizing agriculture is done all over the world. And the people who subsidize agriculture with the most money are the people who telling you that, something, subsidy don't good and it don't make sense. But they find all way, how to do it themselves.
All right, caller, you there with us still?
Yes, sir.
Right. Here's a comment by one of our listeners, and of course a viewer too. And the person says, Jenny Francis, she says, don't blame the past or present governments. It's the managers and the board that have MNIB in this state. How do you respond to that?
I don't fully agree with that. In the sense that you audit your books yearly. You look at your bottom line. Are you making profit? Are you in the red? You have a board of directors. They look at the audit statement and they decide changes so as to come out from the red, or changes that could be made to make the business viable, and introduce these changes. So to some extent, the board has to be responsible. But with the government coming in without looking at structures so as to right the wrongs, and see the only option is to just give it to another entity or close it down, to me, that makes no sense. So although the board might be partly responsible because they have been auditing the books over the years and realizing that they have been in the red, and the board was not taking measures to remedy the situation, they could be partly blamed. But if a government coming in, and even without making a proper analysis, you can make a proper analysis within 7 months. At least you take a year or a year and a half to assess all the pros and cons of the working of MNIB and make a decision. But within 7 months to decide that, all right, get rid of it, to me, that is not logical. And that was a decision that was already made even before you get into office. That is what I would say.
Okay. Appreciate. Thanks for your comments. Hope that you keep listening and that you keep calling.
All the best, man.
All right, then. Take care. God bless.
Andre,
we have another caller, BJ. Let's take the other caller. Good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Okay, goodbye. God bless you. Take care. Hello? Okay, bye-bye. Yeah.
As I was saying, Andre, MNIB could be fixed, and I keep asking myself that, and you probably need to help me here. MNIB is not an entity that just hanging loose in the air, you know. It's not something that just floating in the atmosphere. There are structures that are in place to ensure that that institution function properly. I'm saying that to say, Andre, Marketing Board did fall under Ministry of Agriculture once upon a time, and then they moved it from agriculture to trade.
To trade finance.
Yeah. So how comes we have to find what, $20-30 million every month to pay civil servants? The brightest set of people in our country are employed by the government in the public sector. So then how comes, Andre, we have an issue to analyze, financial statements and to ensure that institutions function properly? How comes you have an issue with those? Andre, people aren't doing their work. Managers have been
held accountable
to what?
We've got a call. Let's take that one. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Andre.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning to and to the wider listening and viewing public. The question of Mark, in terms of how, as BJ mentioned, how it is being disposed of is what concerns me, right? Because there is a pattern there, and I don't want to go political, but history is what we learn from. Grenelick is an example, right, of what was done to it in the early 90s by the NDC administration led by Mr. Buffett. What happened is that in the last government led by Howard Blaze, and so they went on a what you call a rural lighting up. They extended all these electrifying the areas and everything like that. So what happened is that it overloaded the system, right? And then a couple of years after, we started to have a lot of load shedding and everything like that. What did the government did at that time? Like Mr. Buffett, instead of coming up with ways and means to organize it and to change or to increase the capacity and everything like that, they looked for the quick fix, the quick solution, dispose of it. And you see what happened years after? The problems that as a country we went through with Grenelick, and so with that management, and now we get it back. I really hope they keep it. No, with Marketing Board, in my view, that is what's going on. It's a quick fix. They don't want to solve the problem with Marketing Board, right? Because they, in my view, are not interested in preparing a solid ground for farmers, right? They just prepare just to dispose and get that money and give it to a business person who may have other intentions. They are not willing to sit down and look at different ways, put proper management structures in place, and ensure that marketing board succeeds. Because if marketing, as they are doing now, if that fails, the farmers in trouble. And when the farmers are in trouble, the nation is in trouble.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, have a good morning.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for your comment. This is Real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. 24 minutes. I make it before the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. And just to let you know that we're looking forward to bringing you some primary school athletics today. It should be starting around about the 1 o'clock hour at the Fur Playing Field. Real FM hoping to be live down there. Granted, everything works the way we would love for it to work. We'll be live down there. Compliments the Grenada Cooperative Bank. BJ, there's something I wrote down here. Two things I wrote, but this one I think is so very important. And I'm scared. I'm scared of what we may do with marketing board. May not necessarily be the correct thing, but how it is done is going to take us another 50 years to get out of it. And I'm really scared. Should I be?
Andre, in the absence of relevant information for an entity such as marketing board should scare anyone. That's our thing. That's our business. That's our tradition, so to speak. Marketing board is a tradition of ours. That's what it has become. And you turn around and don't understand that all you need to do is probably rebrand it or whatever and resuscitate it and get it going. How hard it is to do those things, Andre? The way all those intelligent people that we saying abroad and study and this marketing export and what, where those people and them, we finding 30 million to pay those people and them every 30 days, And you're telling me some people sit down inside of there and then we have to pay them pension for the rest of their life, after they come out as parasites inside of there, Having all the institutions going down. And they sit down inside there for 30 years. Because that's what they have to make to get pension. We pay them for 30 years, and then when they come out inside there, we start to pay them pension, 2 pension too, for the rest of their life, And we expect the economy to survive, When they mash up all the institutions that we put them inside there to sort out and to ensure that they function properly, Public sector, that is a problem, and some old government people, they don't know what they're about.
Is it correct to say
like that?
No, is it correct to say they don't know what they're about, or
the system clog them up. They can't function. The system clog them up. The system that is wrong.
Yeah.
Some of them are good people, they're bright and they mean good.
Yeah,
the system holding them back. That's what I mean when I say, I just cut that short.
I wonder what Francis Spear, if you're listening, good morning to you. I wonder what you will say to that.
Francis Spear knows about intelligence, yeah?
Yes.
He knows about them very much.
He should know about them. He represented them, didn't he?
They just mash up and break up country and they feel like it.
There's something else, BJ. BJ, and I'm going to ask this question. We have, and people might wonder, what the hell Andre asking this question about? But we have, i.e. government, I'm speaking here, as a people, we have a very small piece of land in Bathway. That piece of land is where the amphitheater, which is never put to use anyway in terms of what it was meant for, where the amphitheater and the office as it relates to Bathway is. That little piece of land we have there. I heard that the government that was in office at that time, they were offered, look, take what you want, because the Kents were cutting up to sell and whatever, and they had owed some back taxes. So they said to government, take what you want to create space for the people, and then we will think the rest. So we batter it off. And they took less quarter of an acre. BJ, the government did that. Do you remember who was the Minister of Tourism that time?
No, I didn't remember Andre.
You need to do your work.
But I think NDC was in power.
I didn't ask you who was in power. I asked you the Minister of Tourism.
Andre, that's a long time ago. All what I knew, I went to the opening ceremony when they opened that place. And I think Kenny Lansing and them must have followed around that time, or I don't know, some issues. And heard Kenny making statement to the effect like, all this money was spent, it was going to be a bigger and better building and X, Y, and Z. Andre, I don't listen to those things because I realize that anytime government people involved in certain things must go wrong.
It is believed that the Minister for Tourism, or the minister responsible for selecting and taking that piece of land, is a minister from the parish of St. Patrick, or was a minister parish of St. Patrick at that particular point in time. And even today, when you go to Bathway, you're wondering, you had the choice, you had the opportunity to take as much land as possible so that you could have created park space, BJ, where people could honestly go and picnic. And you take a little piece of thing to jam up a toilet with an amphitheater.
Andre, for you to do big things, you have to have a big mind, you know. If your mind's small, you can't do big things, you know. Impossible, you know. That's where you start from, you know, with the thought, you know. If you're thinking, you know, pongs, you can't deal with tons, you know.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and BJ. I'm happy to hear the conversation this morning and listen to the callers, obliged to call. And listening to BJ, and want to ask you 3 questions. 1, what do you think about farmers' unity today? The specialization in the farming community, and don't you think that this administration, instead of closing down marketing board, do you think that at the historical development of marketing board, what happened under Sir Eric Gary's administration? What happened in the PRG? What happened with the NNP? And take all the positives and building and continue building and making marketing board, reach the stars in the development of our economy in Grenada. Thank you.
Thanks.
I look forward.
Good. PJ?
Andre, with regard to farmers' unity, farmers need to organize themselves as a national body. I always say now they had National Farmers Group, which never seems to be, getting anywhere. Some people seems to only function when there are things passing that they can grab onto. With regard to the historical background of marketing board and fixing it, I'm very clear about that. Me and PM Dickney singing, we singing the same song on marketing board. This has to be fixed. The manner in which you set about doing it, I don't particularly like it. And I think it could have been done in a different manner. And I don't see the rush to judgment with regard to dealing with marketing board. When you have preconceived ideas in your head, you very rarely make rational decisions, because the ideas in your head, you preconceive it already, So whatever facts people provide for you, sometimes you can't see it and it tasteless to you, because you already make up your mind. What was the second? That's the 2 questions. The third one.
I didn't get the
Didn't get the third one.
But there's something I want to ask you, because I was writing when the person was speaking. And this could be, this is a question here, BJ. For years, in relation to agriculture, for about close to 20 years, I heard in the highest office, or one of the persons in high office in this country, because the senators based on the structure of this thing, the senators, although they are selected, but they are the privilegencia when you come to the whole structure. And for years, I'd grown accustomed to hearing a voice crying out for farmers when the new National Party was in office. Keith Clouden, I don't hear you anymore. Is he dead?
Getting pension now.
Oh, he's getting pension now.
So he need not open him out.
Oh, because I was wondering if he was sick or dead or something. I don't know.
And the pensioners stop speaking in our country. They sit down home and collect some money and the country can sink or float.
But Francis Spear is a pensioner.
Francis
He continues to speak.
That's a different breed. Exception to the rule. Aren't you fine, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Morning,
and
sir.
good morning to BJ.
Morning.
Mr. Donald, I was just about before that caller trying to get you to ask that same question which you now pose to Gigi. And matter of fact, you asked about one, but the next one you left out was the minister responsible for the Senate. Senate representing agriculture.
The one right now?
Right now, Mr. Sinclair. No, it's strange I haven't heard this gentleman in a voice advocating for, well, I won't say we farmers, because marketing board farmers and a small farmer like me are far different. I will call myself as a hard-working farmer, advocating for forces like we and even the workers at the Marketing International Limited. And if you BJ mentioned earlier on, the gentleman, Mr. Royal Edwards, I remember definitely what that program he was about doing. He started it and it failed. And I think it had another one, which consists of whereby you're growing you sister to watermelon and this big project and so on. Everything went down, Mr. Donald. Mr. Donald, make a long story short. I was an employee of Marketing Board in 1980 something around now. I was a purchasing officer for the Marketing Board and a paymaster to go out and pay farmers due after receiving the produce on a Friday.
Okay.
And Mr. Donald, I'm not doing my punch trumpet. When it comes to waste, and the other one I will mention, and I will mention it to you whenever we see. I know definitely something was wrong in Marketing Board. They were not straight. From since the 1980s up to now, they are not straight forward thinking. And as JJ said, they are educated persons, but as one who had the experiences, I don't know. No. When they attack on Marketing Board, no, I'm not sorry. I'm in sympathy with the workers. But the entity itself, no. It was broken long, Mr. Donald. And it started from the head. Mr. Donald, I'm fighting, preparing a piece of land.
What are you putting down?
Well, that's usually my favorite crop, Mr. Donald. Cauliflower.
I realize you ain't calling me these days. That means things in your favor. You have a problem now. You're hearing
no problem, Mr. Donald. No problem. No problem. As I said on Tuesday morning with the lady, the stress is over. But she had a program concerning stress.
Yeah. So your stress over.
Without the registration, Mr. Donald, no. It's difficult for me to.
I know. I really appreciate you, Primus. Take care of yourself, man. What do you have on the weekend? What do you have? Lettuce?
Just unlimited. I'm down to almost 0.0, Mr. Donald.
Wow.
Not much.
Okay.
All the crops are young still.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, man. Give my love to your wife.
I do that, Mr. Donald.
Okay, great.
Bye, DG.
All right, boss. Morning. Take care.
So the voices for the farmers, Keith Clouden has gone to sleep. And now a farmer in Primus, they're saying he's not hearing from his
Senator for
Agriculture. And mind you, if a government is working, BJ, you will find that the government will frequent Parliament. because they have things to discuss and they have things to change and new things to implement. If a government is not working, you will find that they hardly go to parliament. And the senators, Senator of Agriculture, Senator with responsibility for business, these senators can't, unless they themselves seek to use platforms like this that we provide to air things that they should be speaking about.
And when it comes to our country, if I have one critical about us, we as a people, we are too political, and we let politics divide us and make us very biased when it's come to our reasoning. We're not rational, we're not prudent, and because of that, we make wrong decisions. For example, if you elect or select, me don't know what they do. I think it's elect. If you elect your senator for agriculture, they select him. I don't even know. There's not an election for that?
Well, the farmers would have the election, but then the government.
Oh, we'll have to select the person. Okay. Andre, when it's done on political merit, who you support and whatever, how are you expect to make decisions that aren't not politically aligned? Sinclair's a working marketing board, and he used to be a manager there. And he told me on many occasions.
Mango Fest.
Yes, he told me on many occasions, BJ, we can fix that thing. And now, that ratty tongue, me can't hear him none at all.
Oh, no.
Clouden, who basically think that, marketing board need to be resuscitated and basically need a shake-up and this can be changed and whatever. All of a sudden, you can't hear those men and them. They
cherry tomatoes gone there.
Man and them. Man singing with their mouth closed.
Let me read this one for you, BJ. I believe you need to hear this one. Even if it's the final comment you might hear this morning. Some people get pension and shut up. People like Mr. Pierre get pension and still have a need to make the people aware of what's going on. People like Mr. Pierre need to be protected. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody's saying here, and I'm going to put it up, because I tried to comment.
Need to be cherished too,
Yeah. Somebody says here, too political. When you say too political, what do you mean? Because I don't get where they're coming from.
What do I mean, Andre?
No, not you.
Not me.
The person is saying,
okay.
Too political. Is the program too political? The statements I make, are they too political? The statements BJ make, are they too political? What do you must give us something of substance to go with. Do like people like Cynthia Bartholomew, who says, good morning, Mr. Donald and BJ and all the Real FM family. She's late today, so she's apologizing for being late. Give us something that we can speak to. And then don't just say 2 words, too political. What do you mean by that? I might take it wrong, or BJ might take it wrong. Good morning to my family, Mr. Donald. Once an audit is done, you can find where the company is bleeding and you can fix that. Well, that's true too. But you know one of the things I believe, BJ, and this will be my final comment for the morning in relation to this. One of the things I believe is that we had a situation where there were people in marketing board who were bleeding marketing board. So when BJ came in, and this is just my opinion, yeah? When BJ came in and would sell 1,000 pounds of watermelon, what may really reach the customer might be 900 pounds of watermelon. That's my opinion. Final statement from you this morning.
Final statement, Andrew, there is something they call relationship in marketing. Marketing would have lost that relationship with its farmers over the years. And it's very sad that it ended up that way. Give you an example, Andre. You used to do quite a bit of cucumbers and cantaloupe and stuff from Marketing Board. And they told me once, BJ, bring in 6 critter cucumbers. Must have harvested about 15 crates. They said, BJ, we paying you $150 a pound for cucumbers. I say, something, 15 crates, you can reduce the price.
And
take all. Say, BJ, nah, we don't want all this thing. Go
so
back
give
to
me
the
$1 a pound.
and take all. That's what I said. Give me $1 and take all. They said, no, BJ, we only want this. And we're buying at $150. I said, take it on consignment.
Yeah.
Like if it sell, you pay for it.
If it don't
If
sell, you don't bother.
forget it.
They ain't take it.
Just take it. And John giving you stuff for free, And I say, hang on, you sell it. And you pay me if it's sold.
I get the feeling that a lot of people who are working in Marketing Board, BJ, they act like public servants. Rigid.
I'm not sure if they're just rigid, Anjay. We have a notion in this country that people who seems to talk a lot and dress up and pull a tie quite up in them neck, that they know they're about, are the biggest that can man and walk around like that, we have people who we've put in places of a sensitive nature, Andre, and those people, you must stop wait too. And those people, Andre, are destroying the very fabric of the society. You don't see them going every early morning. They're going and destroy the fabric of the society. Andre, let me give you an example. How comes you can have a manager who has a master's? You has 9 board members or whatever. All of them have PhD and masters and whatever.
Yeah.
You have the ministry, all right, who you have brightest set of people.
Yeah.
You have the minister who's supposed to run the show really, on top of things. You have PS who's supposed to be sitting there and smoking a pipe and make sure that all is well.
Yeah.
And how comes things are going bad still? And just spare me that trouble for me, please. The system, Andre.
The system.
Have a good morning. Take care.
BJ,
God
thanks
bless you,
again,
man.
and looking forward to you being here again next week, God's will. Also, we're looking forward to see if JD will be able to make it with us next week, God's will. Thanks again.
Looking forward to seeing you, JD.
Yeah, man.
Morning to the general public. Have a great day.
All right, bye-bye now. And the program, of course, came to you the compliments of our great friends at Gittins.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the late news as produced by Triple N. Details when we get back.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back. Locally, Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation Minister Andy Williams has disclosed that the Deacon Mitchell government has told the Development Bank that it does not favor the procurement rule, which requires international bidding for a project to be implemented in Grenada. The meeting or consultation was with private landowners and the other service providers in the construction industry. It was to provide information about the government's plan to build 500 homes for the 2023 budgeted cycle. In the region, in the Bahamas, Member of Parliament for East Bahama, the Honorable Kwesi Thompson, spoke in favor of a select committee on immigration in the House of Assembly.
Well, ahead of the Prime Minister's contribution, East Grand Bahama MP Kwesi Thompson noted that there are times when the government and the opposition throw political blows, but there are also times when those fights should be put to the side, as in the case of providing solutions to the country's illegal immigration problem. Thompson, of course, was making a case for a select House committee on the country's illegal immigration crisis.
It is an issue that we should be inviting stakeholders to come and let us hear their views, to come and let us understand what their position is, come and understand what direction we should be taking with respect to this. Come and give us your input. Psychologists, we should be understanding them. The pastors, we should be understanding them. The people who live in these communities, we should be understanding them. The defense force officers, we should be understanding them. The police, we should be understanding them, so that we could better serve them, so that we can make recommendations to the government on how we can make things better.
Around the globe, an EU funding package for Kenya's Trademark Africa was signed to facilitate a 5-year program that will boost Kenya's exports.
The first European Union Kenya Business Forum concluded this Wednesday in the capital, Nairobi. The forum brought together for 2 days more than 500 participants, ranging from politicians, business executives, experts, and diplomats. On Tuesday, Kenya's President William Ruto participated in the signing of an EU funding package for Trademark Africa to facilitate a 5-year program that will boost Kenya's exports and support the government in creating a positive business environment. The funding package